Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for joining Tanzania Meetups. This is September Meetup, so we'll be having October, November, December, and hopefully next year as well. So my name is Eric Tamba Mnyali. I am currently serving as Youth Mappers Regional Ambassador. Here with me is Harry. Harry, you could also introduce yourself.
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Harry Kasunga, and I'm working with the Creative Map Tanzania, and I'm always participating with youth mobilization training, building the capacity to youth around university. Yeah, thanks, man.
Okay, thank you so much, Harry. And also today we'll be having 3 interesting sessions. So we'll get to hear about Crop ID remote mapping campaign that will kickstart today throughout the year until January. Also, we'll have to hear about GIS Day, which is happening November 15th to 16th. And later on, we'll hear from Open University youth mappers. They will be sharing an experience with us all. So yeah, let me just start by sharing my screen. Let me know if you guys are seeing my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
So great. Okay. So youth mappers at the center of pilot cloud source crop identification, ground truth data, and we were a part of this. And I really see people who have been engaged with this project here in the group as well. So it was really great to conduct this project. And the background of this is that crop identification and forest models require ground truth data as well, for training models. And so it was really important to collect sufficient ground truth data across diverse geographies in our country. And to pilot this project, we started with 3 regions, which are Dodoma, Mwanza, and Arusha. And so youth mappers being at the center of this project, we helped out to collect this ground truth data. And yeah, so youth mappers, we are a global consortium of student-led faculty chapters, and so we are campus-based. And so, as you know, we are actually based in different university, and this number keeps on growing. Currently, we are almost 377 university chapters from almost 72 countries. So yeah, and the objective of this project were mainly to build the capacity of among young, collect and manage agricultural data, but not only to collect, but also develop an approach with youth members to collect this cloud source scalable and standardized geographical data in these areas. And more to that is to connect youth with professionals from the geospatial analysis and agriculture spaces. So it was very great to, connect with different expertise, connect youth to different expertise in terms of geospatial and agriculture sector. And in this slide, there are amazing pictures, but we undertook several activities with youth mappers. And for instance, picture number 8 demonstrates the let's say participatory GIS, where we engage with the local community to let them define their environment and us help map those areas, and them leading us in data collection in their agriculture fields. And of course, yeah, we had also some experience sharing sessions in Mwanza, Dodoma as well, and also Arusha youth mappers, youth mappers had that engagement session. And feature number 7, I really like it because those are some of the challenges that we encountered during field work. And yeah, at the time of the year, it was really rainy. And yeah, that was a really great experience as well. So yeah, in this engagement, I would like to announce this. It's kind of challenge that you'll get a chance to participate. But this challenge, all youth morpers who participated in the workshop in Arusha are not eligible to participate in this challenge. So what you'll do in this challenge is just comment the right sequence, naming each activity that undertook in this in the crop ID crop identification project. So this will be posted on GOT Instagram and Twitter account. So you're free later on after this engagement to go and put down your comment, the right sequence of the activities that undertook in the crop ground truth crop identification project. So yeah, you get a chance to win $20. So yeah. So among of the approach that were taken, as I mentioned earlier, it was among the objectives rather, it is to build the capacity among youth to collect and manage agricultural data, develop an approach with youth mappers to collect crowdsource ground truth data, and connect with professionals in agriculture and geospatial space. So we did this together all from March, April, May, and we successfully had several of these activities that are named here. But among all, we didn't manage to do the remote mapping campaign, which actually helps us to contribute geographical data to areas that we did the ground truth data collection. So this campaign will be engaging at least every chapter in Tanzania to host several activities, share, their experiences, and help to contribute data in these areas that we did the group. We did the actually ground truth data collection. So the remote camping, the remote mapping campaign, rather, sorry, it will actually involve two main activities. The first one is virtual mapping, and the second one is regional in-person events. So we know we have 22 Youth Mappers chapters here in Tanzania. And so in this campaign, we want to engage each chapter in this, in collecting, like in contributing to geographical data in these areas. So in the virtual campaign mapping, rather, we kickstart today, which is 9th September 2023. So these projects are already published in the TeachOSM Tasking Manager, and we will have Ezekiel in 5 minutes sharing us how to start contributing on those projects. But if you're familiar in mapping, you can go ahead contribute in the projects number 1547 and 1546 in the TeachOSM Tasking Manager. So we will have prices for each top contributors on those projects. So yeah, if you're a mapper, just get right into it. After the project is done, we'll have top contributors awarded and announced. Yeah. So another part that I mentioned is regional in-person events. So we have almost 9 regions that we have Youth Mappers chapters. We have in Kagera, Tabora, Arusha, Mwanza, Mara, Zanzibar, Dar es Salaam, and Dodoma. So as I mentioned earlier, Youth Mappers as a network, it grows each year. So if you want to welcome any university to the Youth Mappers chapter, it's actually very easy. From the Youth Mappers website, you can access a form that you could direct them on how to join the Youth Mappers network. After they are affiliated, we regional ambassadors help to support those chapters to start their first activity and keep on, mapping for sustainable development. And so we'll be having 9 regional in-person events, as I mentioned, and the date actually depends on the chapters in those areas that they decide. And once they submit to us the date and the budget for their activity that they want to host, then I will be able to process the funds for them to host those activities. So this is another opportunity for chapters in Arusha, Dodoma, Dar es Salaam, Zanzibar, Mara, Mwanza, Tabora, and Kagera to organize these collaborative events in their regions. And yeah, so among the intended goals for this, one is reactivating disconnected chapters. And by this, I mean like giving a platform for chapters that had never had an activity to connect and, ideate their goals. And in that terms, we help reactivate disconnected chapters. Number 2 is engaging youth mappers in OSM teams. And by this, I will demonstrate later on how you as a chapter can register for OSM teams and get your work being, recognized from the Youth Mappers Steering Committee. Another thing is strengthening the Youth Mappers alumni network. So if you're a Youth Mappers alumni, you're really part of Youth Mappers after you have graduated. So you're part of Youth Mappers in this event. We want to strengthen the Youth Mappers network by giving time for Youth Mappers alumni to help facilitate some of these events. So we Youth Mappers have partnered with GOT in strengthening the Youth Mappers alumni network. So I will also share a link after this session together with the recording. But this is just a WhatsApp group, I think, which where you can join the Youth Mappers alumni network and be engaged with those activities that GOT are coordinating for the year. So another thing I mentioned is the OSM teams, and let me just demonstrate that in a minute. OSM teams. So you just go to your browser and search for OSM teams. So for instance, here is my account, Eric Tamba. So you log in with your OSM username as normal. So if I look at my dashboard, I find different organizations. So if you're an organization, you can also host your team using the OSM teams. And then, for instance, if I log into Youth Mappers, I find a lot of chapters here. But for instance, let me just find a chapter, let's say Luce Youth Mappers. And then when I log in, I find I think Luce has no members. I just find another chapter yet. So let's if I scroll to, let's say, SM Kosa Youth Mappers. So you'll find there are different members for the chapter. So currently SM Kosa has almost like 14 members, which is not true. So through this event, the facilitators will help your chapter to add members to OSM teams, such that your contribution as a member can be accredited. And whenever there are opportunities from Youth Mappers, it's easy to give the right opportunity to the right person who contributes more, probably from that. But if you are also an alumni, you can as a moderator, for instance, I can give access that maybe you are maybe I can rename you like you are a alumni, something like that. So yeah, So in this regional event, we also have a chance to engage youth mappers through the youth mappers organization in the OSM teams. Yep. So let me just, okay. So I mentioned that we'll be having this in-person event, and I always have youth mappers official quota meetups, and our next meetup is on 25th September. And I hope from this, I'll be hearing from different chapter officials and different partners who are supporting our youth mappers chapters on their plan on hosting this in-person event, and also get a chance to for them to submit their budget, and we organize throughout those events. So the events again are really eligible from October to January. So feel free to pick your dates as a chapter or whenever you want to collaborate. So yeah, I think that's the end of my presentation on the Youth Mappers Pop ID campaign. And yeah, let me stop sharing. Okay, yeah, I think if there's anyone has a question, I'm really happy to respond by now, but you can also put it on the chat and I can attend to those questions. But yeah, I would welcome Ezekiel to take us through the projects on the Teach OSM Tasking Manager. If Ezekiel, you're here, just 5 minutes to do that, then I think we'll proceed to hear from Antidius concerning JSD.
Yeah,
Okay.
Eric, before that, you have
Okay.
a question from the from Kran. I think he say, how can he contribute as a hot mapper? So how can he contribute to those projects as a hot mapper? Can you answer that?
Yeah, sure. I think Ezekiel will be demonstrating that in a minute. But if you have OSM username, you can actually contribute even on the Teach Tasking Manager. Yeah. So yeah, I think you can contribute.
Thank you, Eric. And if anybody has a question, you can use the chat to write your question so that Eric or somebody else can answer your question. So welcome, Ezekiel, for your presentation.
Okay, thank you. My name is Ezekiel, and I'm going to demonstrate how to contribute in this two project. So let me share my screen. Okay, you see my screen?
Yes.
All right, so this project I found in Teach OSM. So the first thing, before when you are starting to contribute, you want to start to contribute in this project, you have to go in your search engine, whether you are using Google Chrome or Mozilla, Firefox, or whatever. So you are going and typing Teach OSM. Then after you come here to explore projects, and here is where now you enter the project code, which is 1547. This is from Mwanza, but for Dodoma is 1546. Then after, now you are going to the instruction. Here you come to contribute. Then you are going to read this instruction, which features you are supposed to map in the project. So I request you to take a time to read some of the instruction imagery you are required to use. But here is the types of mapping you are required, and in these two projects you are required to map roads, buildings, as well as land use. So after reading the instruction, and here are some editors which are enabled to use in this project, which is ID editor as well as JOSM. So if you are an advanced mapper, you can use JOSM, but if you are a beginner or even advanced mapper, also you can like to use ID editor. So today I'm going to demonstrate how to use ID editor to contribute in this project. So after you came here in this square, then you choose anyone, then you map selected task. Yes, this is how ID editor looks like. And as you remember that we are required to map only roads as well as buildings. So if you zoom in, you can start see some buildings are already mapped. You can find some of the buildings which are not mapped, so as to contribute. Okay, yeah, I think here there are some buildings which are not mapped. Okay, so when you are mapping buildings, because buildings are in polygon or area, so you come here and select the area, then you start click this to add nodes in each corner of the building. If building have 4 corners, so that you have to add 4 nodes. So like this building looks like you have 1, 2 here, 3 corner, 4, 5, and the last node you double click. Then in the left hand side you will see some tags, because ID editor want to ask you, this is a buildings or farmland or residential. So this is a building, you click a building, then after tagging you have to click Q. This is a shortcut for squaring the building. You can see here after clicking Q, the building is already squared now. So the same procedure for another building. You go into area, then you start adding those nodes in the building. Then you select a building, then you press Q for square. Also for this one, the same procedure. You double click at the end of the building, then you select a building, you press Q. The same procedure for other buildings. Then after doing that one, you come here in the top right. Then you come here to click save in order to upload the changes in the OpenStreetMap. Then here you click upload. After doing that one, you will be uploading your data into OSM. Then if the task is completely mapped, I mean each features the buildings, the roads, and land use are already mapped. Then you came here in the task status. Here is asking you, is this task completely mapped? So if each and everything the task is already mapped, you can click here yes, submit. If not, maybe there are some of the buildings or roads are not mapped, please select no and then submit to give chance for another mappers to contribute in that project. So for example, this project, you can see some of the, in this task, some of the buildings are not mapped. So I am going to click no and then I can submit this. That's how you can use the ID editor to contribute or to map some of the features in the OpenStreetMap. So if there is anyone having some question, maybe you can ask it.
Yeah, thank you, Ezekiel. I don't have a question. I just can you please open the project?
Okay.
Yes, the new one. I just want to add something.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, go to the building so you can try to draw the building as you are demonstrating. Yes. So just draw, please draw.
Okay.
Draw the building. Yeah, feature.
Right.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, so for I'm just saying for I just want to add this for the issue of placing cues the shortcut after selecting the building. Can you select the building tag?
Yes.
Yes, and go back to the building and right click. Is it right click? Try to yes. There are
Yes. Right.
options. Yeah. So I just want to speak on this on the issue of right click. Maybe to square your building, you don't need to. If you are not really familiar with the shortcuts of pressing key on the keyboard, you can definitely right click and you will have different options like squaring, moving, and even cyclizing your building. So can you go to the option of square? Yeah, that one. So instead of pressing Q on the keyboard, the key on the keyboard is for the shortcut. But there is also is an option of squaring your feature, so on your building. And also you can also demonstrate Ezekiel on the building. Some of the area they don't have the rectangle. The rectangle buildings. Some of them are cycles, so you can demonstrate on how they can build the cycle. I think that's also can be something good. And also another thing can, which is something very good, when you mapped the area and you finalize mapping the area, it also sometimes good to put in a comment, which satellite did you use on mapping the area rather than just leaving it open, because at some cases the project manager can give you can give you an instruction, maybe use a Bing or maybe use Maxa, but at some point you can see like maybe Maxa isn't that shown clearly, so maybe you can opt on using Bing or another satellite image. So it's always good to put in a comment like I've used Maxa or Bing, so that will make it easier for another person who is coming to map the area or the person who is validating the area. Yeah, something like that. Yes, on the comment area there. So to simplify the work for other mappers or validator who will be want to map the area that are not well mapped, or also validating the area that you already mapped. So if you can demonstrate that, Ezekiel, on mapping for the case of the cycle building, that would be very awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me do that. If there is a cycle building, you can use this the same procedure. You can start going to area, then you maybe you follow the cycle building. After, at the end of the cycle, you double click the same procedure. You select the building, but after selecting building, you right click and come here in the first choice. After right clicking, says as shortcut, you can click O in the keyboard, or you can select this one. To click, then you can see the building is perfect cycle. That is how we map cycle buildings. I'm just demonstrating. So you can press on in the keyboard, or you can right click, then you select the first option, which is cyclize. Then after, in case of imagery, sometimes the imagery which is setting for this task is being, but if you you are not seeing some features well. You can use as a imagery for comparison. Then here in idea editor, you can come here in the layer background. You can see backgrounds are being aerial imagery, S welding. So for this project, we are using Bing aerial imagery. So you can use as imagery for comparison. Maybe you are not see well some features, so you want to use as imagery to see if that is a building or not. So you come here. Then in the issue of comment, when you are finalizing the task, as I've told you that if the task is not complete, you can say here no, but you can leave a comment here, as Mr. Haley said. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ezekiel. Thank you for that demonstration. But as I mentioned, we'll share the link for you guys to join different mapping groups where they share these mapping tips. But this was just to demonstrate where the project is, and in order to keep on learning on how to contribute on those projects, please use the links that I'll share after this meeting to join and learn more. So thank you so much, Ezekiel, for that demonstration. Now I'd like to welcome Mr. Antidius to share about GIS Day and how can you be engaged. And yeah, thank you. If Mr. Antidius, you're around, please welcome.
Now, before that, there is a question in the chat. Sorry,
Okay.
Eric.
Yeah, sure. No worries.
Yeah, there is a question. There is a question from Faraja. So, do you mean that there are special character to use in reshaping the features? As you said, to make a shape clearly, we have to use for. I don't really know what you mean, but if you're talking about squaring the feature after drawing, I think Ezekiel said you can press Q on the keyboard, and maybe if you wanna square your shape, no, circularize your shape after drawing the triangle or something like Lego shape, you can use. Oh, did you get it clear, Faraja? Oh, I'm missing something. Maybe I didn't understand the question. So if somebody understood the question, you can respond to him actually. I don't know.
Yeah, Faraj, you're free to unmute and make that clear, but yeah.
Yeah, proceed, please.
Yeah, Mr. Antidius, you're welcome.
Yes. Yes. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
First of all, good afternoon, everyone, and good morning for those who are just waking up. My name is Antidius. Antidius Kawamala. I am based in Dar es Salaam, and I am from Root GIS, an NGO that deals with offering geospatial services. So today I will be showing you or I'll be presenting about the GIS Day or the Geospatial Conference. For the first time in 5 years in Dar es Salaam or in Tanzania, we are like reviving what has been created about 5 years back. So I would say that the last time that we hosted a GIS Day or Geospatial Conference in Tanzania was 2018. I guess some of the people might recall that. So in this year, we are going to have the same thing, like the Geospatial Conference. I am going to share my screen and show you guys the rooms or like the chances of on how you can participate. So if I may, I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. how can you access this website? You have to type in gsday.rootjs.org. I'm going to just copy this link and paste on the chat. If you want to access it, it is free. It's the open website. So this is the theme for the GIS this year, GIS for Sustainable Development. And it is going to be hosted in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania at Costec Building. It's going to be a 2-day event from 15th to 16th of November. So why JS Day? We are calling upon each and every individual who is in the geospatial tech or in the geospatial farm. So you can be like a geospatial enthusiast, or you can be a leader. You can be like a private sector, or you are an academia, or maybe you are working in a civil society organization. So this event or this conference is just for you. So what are we going to have? We're going to have different dialogues, and we're going to have different panel discussions, presentations, as well as showcases in terms of drones and in terms of map gallery. We're going to have a bigger room of where we are going to showcase different geospatial maps and so to say. So why should you attend the GIS conference? The first thing you're going to learn from the industry experts who have been in the industry for so long. You're going to share and reconnect with some of the people who are in the tech or in the geospatial. Also, if you are like the NGO or like the company, you are like the academia, you're going to get the chance to showcase your work as well as learn from others who will be like presenting their wonderful work. So to start with, we have some few speakers. Here you can see them, and these are the names. I am glad that El Tamba joined us. So how can you become a speaker? So you need to register, and you need to send in your proposal right here on the top. If you click this link, it will take you direct to the form of where you can fill in different your particulars about becoming a speaker. But if you'd like to showcase your work, like be a present, like exhibit, or maybe present and something like that, this is the right call for you. You have to send in your proposals. But if you want to be like a normal participant to be attending the conference, you can register through this link. So if you're going to select this link, it will take you direct to the registration link. Also, if you want to support this event in terms of money, in terms of resource, in terms of whatever skills you may have, you can just direct contact us. Or if you want to become a sponsor, if you click here, become a sponsor. These are some of the packages that we have. You have the gold starting from 2,000 to Tanzanite ranging to 15,000. So also these are some of our partners that we are having at the moment. So we have so you might see like we have a plenty of them. So if you want to join the team and be like a partner in organizing and everything like that, so you can start to become a sponsor. You can just send in an email. This is our email right here. So if you just type in your email, like, okay, I want to become like organizing a partner in some of the sorts, so we are going like the team will get back to you with anything that you might have inquired. So that's it. So if you're in the geospatial, and if you are like the enthusiast about the whole thing about geospatial, where it is going, see the industry experts, reconnect with the people, if you're in academia, they will be doing like a lot of researches, and so it will be fun. And I welcome you all in the 15th and 16th this year in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. So I can't wait to see you guys at the event or at the conference. So thank you, Mr. Eric Tamba, and these people who have organized this mapping Tanzania mapping groups. It is the great platform for us to share our experiences. So I want to say thank you once again. So my name is Antidias Kawamala. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Antidias. There is one question on the chat. Someone is asking, is the event hybrid? Do you respond to that?
Okay. Yes. We would like to have the hybrid event, but for the we are having the in-person event, but everything, or maybe the sessions, the presentations are going to be recorded, and they will be shared in our media channels, and then you can follow along. So generally it is going to be like in-person conference, but the presentations and everything will be recorded, and it will be shared in our media platforms. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, and Paul, there is room for sending proposals. He's asking us, sorry, is there room for people to still send proposals, or is that closed?
Yes, the call for proposal is still open. So if you click the button right there, call for proposal, and you are going it will take you to the direct form, and then you will fill in. It should take you 1 or 2 minutes to fill in your information. It is quite a simple form for you to fill in.
Thank you. Yeah, for youth mappers, feel free to send in your proposals. We would love to have you on the GIS day. Yeah, so thank you so much, Antidius, for sharing that. If you have more questions, please keep dropping them on the chat. But now I would want to welcome the president of Open University, Ms. Doris. Please come share your presentation with us. Doris, can you hear me? Hi, Doris. I think you're muted. I can see on the attendees, but you're muted. If you can hear me, please.
Hello.
Hi, Doris. You're welcome.
Okay, I'm just trying to share my presentation here.
Okay.
Let me make her a co-host so that she can share.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Please.
Sorry for that. Just a second. Okay, now
Did you
Doris.
see my presentation?
Now you can share yours. Yeah, we can see it right now.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Doris Philbert. I am a chapter president from Open University of Tanzania, and I'm so happy to be part of this meeting. And so what are we going to do is we talk about youth mappers, the activities that we have conducted on August, and the challenges of our chapter, our roadmap, and what we recommended for the future. Okay, about Open University. Open University is located in Dar es Salaam, and it has it is divided in different regions. in every region there is open university college where people can learn, and we are using open and distance learning as we are studying online. Also, here I'm based in headquarters, which is found in Kinondoni, Biafra. And our chapter, our Youth Mappers chapter, have 20 members, and all members, we have 10 members. We meet physically, and others we meet them online because due to the diversity and also due to the nature of our university. Also, in August, we have established our festive activities where we do an event and welcoming new members and to introduce them about okay, sorry. Okay. Our event on August was having a positive feedback since most of the members that have joined in our chapter doesn't know how to doing mapping. And also we opened our chapter officially because it was just a word of mouth where we were talking to people on about youth mappers, how is it and how is it going. And for those who have been interested, so they joined. And our first event, we opened the OCM account and start doing mapping since a lot of our members doesn't know how to map, since many of them coming from different backgrounds. Not everyone is knowing more about GIS and about mapping. So we start the basic knowledge on how to do mapping and also on how they can join and doing different activities about youth mapping. The biggest challenges that we have the biggest challenges. Do you hear me, guys?
Yeah, sure, we hear you.
Okay, the biggest challenges that we face as a chapter first is lack of expertise, because 1 in 5 members in our chapters doesn't know how to map. So we just need to give them the basic knowledge about mapping and how to do mapping, since most of them coming from different backgrounds. Some of them are studying business and others arts or anything. So we need to introduce them on how to do mapping. Another thing is physical isolation, because our university is open and distance learning. Most of them, we just meet them on Zoom and doing an online classes. So it's so hard for them to meet them physically. So we are trying our level best to make a suitable environment for them to contribute and also to learn more about mapping. Also, access to internet, since some of them who are taking online, and when we conduct our online sessions, some of them doesn't have bundle to be able to surf on the internet. So it's a little bit challenges because some of them are from outside the Dar es Salaam, so we need to connect with them through the internet. Also, our future plan as a chapter is to conduct more mapping session and training to strengthen our own, and also to capacity building training for our members, and also to those people who are interested about mapping to get more information and more knowledge about doing mapping. Also to come up with a different campaign to cooperate with other chapters, so as to make this go viral to people who people to have better understanding about mapping, and also to contribute to different activities. Also to doing mapathon, as well as to strengthen our mapping knowledge, and also to do more activities. So this is all about all youth mappers, and this is the thing that we have been done, and we are planning to have more sessions about mapping, and also to strengthen the people and to increase more members to those who are interested on that, because to do this in a physical way, it's really bit challenging because the environment is not supporting due to the nature of our university. So we are planning to collaborate with other chapter. We're planning to collaborate with other chapters so as to gain experience on how they conduct their activities, and also our members to get more information on how to conduct it, how to do mapping, how they can contribute in different projects, and also how they can use the knowledge of GIS in different fields. So that is for today. Thank you so much for listening, and you can follow us on Instagram, and we go as OCF Mappers email. So if you have any concern or anything that you want to partner with us or doing activities, or you have any recommendations or anything, feel free to reach us out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doris. Thank you so much. That's really amazing to hear from Open University. Yeah, if anyone has a question, just find our chat. Yeah. Yeah, great. Thank you. I think Antidius has responded to the question of is there room for sponsorship? Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, Harry, you have anything? I think we're on top of the hour before the final recommendations. Yeah, Harry.
No, I think it was very great presentation from all of you guys, and yeah, maybe we're looking forward into a GIS day and planning for the event in person mapping through those chapters that you mentioned. Yeah, it was really good event today. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. And I'll be reaching out via your emails, your contacts as well for sharing feedback in terms of links, presentations. And also, I'll also be sharing, the links actually and and the recording again for this session. Until next time, hope to meet you guys in the next coming month, on the first week of October. Bye. Thank you, everyone. Let me stop.